If you start leaning and looking over the fence for that 20%, it's going to hurt you later on in the long run because you had somebody who God put in your life for a reason to teach you something and you wanted to run away from the lesson. But that's a biblical standpoint.
How funny is it to be complaining to your partner about the 20% they're not giving you and you only giving them 50? You only giving them 40. How?
Yo. Y'all not ready for this conversation. Like, should I run that back?
How funny is it to be complaining to your partner about the 20% they're not giving you and you only giving them 50? You only giving them 40.
Hello, and welcome back to the episode here on The Bridge Reacts, and I'm your host here on the channel, Marcus. Here on The Bridge, we believe in long-lasting relationships, of course, stronger marriages, stronger foundations for, of course, family, unity, community. We believe in family and community here on The Bridge. We want to do better for the next generation, unlearn some things, relearn some things, heal ourselves from trauma, and it's all about togetherness. Let's grow together. If you like what we talk about here on the channel, please subscribe, like button, and notification bell as well. And as always, welcome to the channel. Really appreciate you for stopping by. And if you haven't checked out the last video, my debut back to YouTube has been a while, but thank you so much for your patience, for all the people who have said some kind words and have been, missing the bridge. We're back. We're doing some videos again, and we're incorporating other elements as well on the bridge. Finally, been hinting at it for a long time, but today's video, we're talking about something a little bit different when it comes to relationships. And if you're missing something out of a relationship, is it worth looking for it somewhere else? If you are still getting most of what you've been looking for, damn near all of it, right here where you're at now in the present, what you already have, is it worth looking for that extra, maybe, 20% that you're missing? And this is from tonight's conversation. The video is called, They Give You 80%, but that missing 20% question mark, is it enough to leave the relationship? We'll get straight to it. I'll leave my final thoughts for the very end of the video. Let's get it.
Do you think having 80% of what you need is enough in a relationship?
And we had to start doing math. Hold on.
Let's frame it this way. We're speaking to, how some people will leave a relationship or be tipped into to chase that 20% of what they're not getting from their partner.
Oh, okay, good. Do I have permission to come from a different standpoint? I don't know if you're a believer, but I'm a believer. And I fully understand that God gives us somebody who is not going to meet every single condition that we have. He gives us a person who is not going to meet every need that we have, and it teaches us how to love unconditionally. It also teaches us to work and be more patient and be more understanding, but it also teaches us how to die to ourselves as well, die to our unforgiveness, die to our pride. So it's important for you to be rooted in Christ, for one, because that's where you're going to get everything from. You're going to get that unconditional love.
Yo, she's spitting, bro. I don't know. What is her name? I feel bad. I should know her name because it's like our second time watching one of the videos that has her on the panel, and she always be spitting. She has so many gems, man. Shout out to Jesus Christ as well.
And you're going to get Christ who can meet every single one of your conditions. But if you start leaning and looking over the fence for that 20%, it's going to hurt you later on in the long run because you had somebody who God put in your life for a reason to teach you something, and you wanted to run away from the lesson. But that's a biblical standpoint.
How funny is it to be complaining to your partner about the 20% they're not giving you and you only giving them 50? You only giving them 40. How?
Yo. Y'all not ready for this conversation. Like, should I run that back?
How funny is it to be complaining to your partner about the 20% they're not giving you and you only giving them 50? You only giving them 40.
Hello, I'm Editing Marcus here on The Bridge Reacts, Bridge Between Us, The Bridge, the channel that you are watching today. And I want to talk about today's sponsor. It won't take long at all. If you need some kind of mobile detailing instead of driving far and wide looking for someone who is reliable, who has great customer satisfaction, how about call somebody or text somebody who will come to you? And they do exactly that. When it comes to cars, trucks, vans, motorcycles, even marine vehicles, if it's a vehicle, holler at them, check them out, text them or call them at this number right here, 804-204-9028. That's 804-204-9028. He'll get you right, man. Make sure that your vehicle is sparkling, looking nice inside and outside. He got you. Thank you so much for Royal Treatment Mobile Detailing for sponsoring today's video. Back to the video.
How egotistical do you have to believe that you are 100% satisfying them as well?
Come on.
We both are humans. We both have flaws. We both fall short. And that's the point of that commitment. It is loving the wholeness of a person.
And I think if we look at it from a mathematical perspective, right? If the 100% is supposed to be perfection, can I not take a lack of 20% if I know that I can't give perfection, nor can I expect perfection from my person?
She's spitting too. I just want to take a quick second. This video is almost over, and then we'll go ahead and final thoughts, close it out. But they are all like, they're speaking life and love. This is all life and love. This is no like disrespect to anyone who may feel triggered from this video. I don't, because this is real. And I feel as though, like, to be fair, and maybe I should leave this for my final thoughts. Just let the video just continue, and we'll go ahead and get to my final thoughts.
That's one thing. I think another thing is where people mess up at is where they distribute the 20 and the 80. If you don't know yourself, you don't know your values, you don't know what's important to you, you don't know what your non-negotiables are, you mess around and put something that needed to be in your 80 and your 20. And then that's what'll drive you away. That's what'll make you feel like I'm missing something that's extremely important, because if you had done some of the work, the evaluating beforehand, you would have understood what all really needs to be in that 80. In your compromisables, that's what's supposed to be in your 20s. The things that you can really go without, the things that might get on your nerves, the things also that you can change. I spoke on that earlier. Clothes, superficial things, hair, all of that stuff changes. But when we talk about what's supposed to be in that 80, that character is supposed to be in that 80. You know, that humor, that likability that we spoke about in the earlier podcast, that's what's supposed to be in that 80. And if you make sure that your 80-20 is distributed properly before you step foot into that commitment, you're going to be just fine.
And there goes the Tonight's Conversation YouTube channel. I have not subscribed to them yet, so let me go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button to our channel as well. If you like the channel, love to see you in the comment section, your take on these topics. But we'll get straight to my final thoughts in the video. So my final thoughts, right? What are you looking for? What is the totality of what you're looking for in a relationship? What matters most to you when you are dealing with another human being? If we can all agree, exactly to their point, no human being, no person, no actor, no athlete, no politician especially, or a regular person, no one's perfect. We have many flaws. I'm not going to say that you have many flaws, but I personally think I have flaws. I have a decent amount, a healthy amount. I don't think an unhealthy amount, but I do have my own flaws to myself as well. And interacting with other people, either if it is a romantic way or just a platonic way, friendships, family members, whatever it is. And if I feel as though I am getting that at least 80%, I'm not going to look at you crazy if I'm missing the 20%, because then again, maybe I need to look for that within myself, depending on what it is. This is what I was going to actually talk about midway of the video. But say, for instance, if that 20% actually is the crux, like that truly, what you're missing, that small percentage, the 20% out of the 80%, you actually need that. Maybe that is what, makes you tick. That brings joy into your life. That brings this kind of sensation to the relationship dynamic between you and the other person, that brings you closer, that makes you feel a little bit more complete when it comes to bringing someone a part of your life. Maybe if that is the case, in that case, there's a gray area there where it's like, you might have to, work on that. But if it's just something that's more superficial, if it's just things that are in your 20% that are not red flags, deal breakers, whatever, if the deal breakers aren't in the 20%, like the non-negotiables, then what are you snapping about? What is your problem? You know how difficult it is in today's world. It doesn't matter your class, your race, your gender, how much money you have in the bank. It doesn't matter of any of these things. It is difficult to find someone who is compatible in today's day and age when there's so many distractions. There's so many different people in this dating culture that we're in, and all this other just stupid, just superficial things that are going on, the climate, the financial crisis, all these things, all these factors that make dating or courting, which we should all be doing, courting, makes it a lot harder. You're going to moan about missing the 20% from your person who genuinely is trying to be intentional with you and cares about you. Really? You're lucky to even have someone that actually cares about you genuinely and actually wants the best for you and means well. I think personally, I'm fortunate as well. I'm not taking any of these things for granted as a person, as someone who actually cares and practices intentionality. just like in the last video we talked about. So I think it's dumb that a lot of people just are really superficial about little small stuff like that. And this is a conversation that's been going on for a while, I believe, but we haven't had this specific conversation on the channel. So I wanted to bring that, attention to this. And big shout out to, again, tonight's conversation. Those are my final thoughts. Tell me yours in the comment section. Does the little 20% truly override the 80%? And if you have something, say for instance, if you are in a situation where you are getting this 80% from someone who you trust, you actually value, they value you, they're intentional in this relationship with you. Do you feel as though you are missing something that's extremely important, and that is that 20%? And have you communicated that? Have you, made any efforts? Has that person made any efforts to, show up in that way, in that 20% that you're missing? These are all great questions, right? Thanks again for, of course, checking out another video here on The Bridge. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Of course, we love you here, and please subscribe. Check us out and all the other videos as well on the channel. And I will see you on the next one. Be safe out there, and let's treat each other right. You guys have a nice one. See ya.